You're gonna pull those pistols and whistle Dixie.
Okay, we had some technical difficulties once again and had to do some further testing off camera. I'll detail that later on in the video series here. But suffice it to say that we ended up having to remove the red dot sight and the scope mount that was on top of the receiver, because everything was shooting very high from point of aim, and there wasn't enough adjustment left in that red sight to compensate for it. So we're going to be using the brass front bead that came with it. Everything is still shooting high with that bead, about 6 inches high from point of aim, but we're going to use it anyway. So just keep that in mind. We're not really testing the point of impact, the point of aim of the different buckshots. We're more interested in the size and shape of the patterns. So we should be able to do a good test on that. So we're going to start out shooting at the top target with the Rio Royal Buck. Now we're going to go down range and we're going to mark the pattern on the target. Since everything is shooting high to point of aim, I want to make sure I got the targets, the patterns separated on each target, so that if any from the bottom target end up in the top target, we'll be able to tell which is which. So we're going to turn off the camera now, and I'll do that each time between rounds and targets. Okay, round number 2 on the bottom target will be the Hornady tap. As usual, that's a little stouter round. That was the Hornady tap. Now we'll be back in a moment for the next round. Okay, on the next target, first round, top target, is the Hornady Critical Defense. We'll be back for the next one. Okay. Okay, time for the next target. The bottom target is going to be the Cellier and below, the S&B. Okay, time to change targets, and we'll be right back. Okay, top target will be the Remington Law Enforcement Reduced Recoil Load. Okay, we'll be right back for the next one. Okay, now it's time for the bottom target, and we'll be using the Winchester PDX-1. This is that duplex load that has buckshot pellets on top of a 1 ounce slug. So I'm particularly interested to see how this performs. Okay, we'll be back in a moment with the next one. Okay, now it's time for the Zombie Max, which I saved for the appropriate top target. It's an appropriately stout load. Okay, time to go check the target, and I'll be right back. Okay, time for the bottom target. This will be the Federal Classic double-aught buck load. Okay, once again, time to change targets. Be right back. Okay, here's the last of the buckshot loads. This is the Federal Classic number 4 buck 27 pellet tactical load. Alright, that's it for the buckshot. I'll be back in a moment, and we'll shoot some pink shotgun shells. Okay, now that the work is done, it's time for the play to begin. So we're going to walk down range, and we're going to shoot off a shotgun full of pink breast cancer awareness shotgun shells. And I do this to show my awareness of breasts. Believe me, I'm very aware of breasts. So let's head down to the range. Let's head down to the target, which is in the range. If I could speak, I'd be a politician. So here we go. Alright, here we are downrange. Let's go ahead and shoot some pink. They shoot pretty good. I don't think I'd want to be on the receiving end of it. Alright, well that takes care of this portion of the shotgun shell buckshot 25-yard test. I hope you've enjoyed this portion. Next, we'll head back to the man cave and take a closer look and analyze the targets. So until then, hasta la vista, baby.
This movie was shot in 3B, 3 beers, and it looks good, eh?